Not a saying no destination. Okay, assalamu alaikum and hello. My name is Hashima, and on my channel, I share conscious living inspiration for mind, body, and soul to master the art of you. And I'm doing a marriage series. It's about marriage and divorce, and I am joined by my companion Amina. And I chose Amina because I love her perspectives on marriage. And I also know that she's very passionate about the topic of marriage. So we're going to be tackling two topics today. So first, say hello, Amina.
Hello, assalamu alaikum, everybody. It's
I
me.
don't know if you want to say anything about yourself.
No, I'm cool. It's
You
me.
cool?
What
You
she said
cool?
is me.
Okay.
Yes.
But anyway, okay, so we're going to be talking about two topics today. The first one is teen marriage, and the second topic is compatibility and whether or not religion is enough to find compatibility in marriage when seeking a spouse. So let's talk about teen marriage first. And I wanted to talk about it from my perspective, from what I wish I knew before I got married, because I was 19 when I got married, as you know. And it was crazy. And I'm not married to that person. And I
Mm,
feel like I was too young,
yeah.
or maybe I don't want to say not prepared because that kind of reflects on my parents, but
I mean,
you know
no,
what I'm
no. I
saying?
mean, but I don't think that they. I think our parents tried their best, and we're first, pretty much first generation born and raised. So I
Yeah,
think they thought that. I don't think that they were wrong. I think they were trying to pretty much save us and preserve, our
right,
Islam. So I don't. That's why I be kind of like leery of this topic because I don't want it to seem like I was a child bride and my mama and daddy
right.
threw me. But I mean, I definitely was too young. I was too
Yeah.
young to have problems. If it was lovey dovey, then I probably could have adapted and moved on. I was too young to go through issues at that age. I'll put it that way.
You know what's funny? That's interesting that you're saying to have problems, because for my parents, okay, I'm about to get too much in their business. Um, Basically, they were
No,
not prepared to assist through the types of problems that I
exactly.
had. So that was a good point
Exactly.
with
Exactly.
problems, because if it's all peachy keen, then it's just like the maturing and all those kind of things that happen.
Exactly. I don't think that because, like I said, we were first generation, like born and raised Muslim. Our
Yeah,
kids, we could probably relate to our kids in marriages. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah.
we know what they didn't. They got to get courted and go
Hmm.
on dates and find their first love, and they got
Right.
to do all of that. We didn't do all that. We seen somebody at Eid and they were like, "Oh hey," and then let's have a sit down. I just seen them at Eid. I don't know if I don't. That's not what this is. I don't know if that's what this is. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. And
it's
I was
different.
gonna say too, I had backslash, I had teen marriage backslash arranged marriage, because I feel like to an extent, like I didn't get married in an arranged type situation, but a lot of people that I know got married based on their parents being friends or their parents knowing each other and stuff like that. And many
Exactly.
of them are not married now. And although I don't have a thing against arranged marriages, but
Hmm.
I do feel like it's one thing when teens want to get married and it's like y'all are young, but y'all want to get married to each other. Okay. But then it's different when it's like the parents hook people
Hooked,
up.
exactly,
So
because it wasn't like I was looking to get married. I didn't
yeah.
when I because even when I talk to my mother now, like I think she feels bad, like, and I'll be like I'll say something and I'll like go to an age that I was, and she'll be like, "What?" Like she can't even believe that I was married at that time,
Mhm.
and she's like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Umi, yeah. Like, what are you know
Yeah.
what I mean?" Like, so I know it wasn't because I was fast. It wasn't because I wanted to
Right,
get
right.
married. It was just something
Hmm.
that was going on at that time in the community. We were reaching certain ages and we were just getting married,
Hooked up.
hooked
Yeah.
up, pretty much hooked
Yeah.
up.
And you know where it shows in those pictures, in our child bride picture.
Yes, yes, in our child bride pictures, and we're like,
I was like, was I 12? Like, what
yeah,
the
yeah,
heck?
exactly. I was
We
on
look
a boat,
so
like,
young.
bro, I'm like young as heck. Like, I would
Yeah.
never with my child. Like, what? No, you no. So, I mean, I'm glad I experienced it though. I think it made
Yeah.
me who I am today. You know what I mean? It
Yeah,
helped
absolutely. Yeah,
shape
I have
everything.
no
Of course,
regrets.
yeah, I have no regrets, but it
So
was
I was going to ask
different.
you, like, if you were talking to a teen who wanted to get married,
Hmm.
whether it's an individual who wants to get married who doesn't know who they want to marry, or a couple who's about to get married, what advice would you give them based on your experience?
I would give them the raw nitty gritty of what could happen and what you need to do. It's not cute, especially now. It's not just the cute aesthetic of pictures and
Yeah.
dinners, and you get what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
people have to work. You might get pregnant. You might have thought you wasn't going to get pregnant for the first 2 years,
Mm.
but you did. You might
Yeah.
get sick when you're pregnant. You know what I mean? You might have been a person that thought, "Oh, I'm gonna be cute every night for my husband."
Hmm.
You sick and
Oh,
throwing
these
up,
are good
baby.
points.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, baby, you sick and throwing up. You not cute. You know what I mean? Or he might say, "Oh, I wanted my wife to be pretty every night," and you like, "Oh, that's me. I do that at home now." That's
Yeah.
going to change. Like, it's obstacles that is beyond your control. It is not all cute. You don't know, and I feel like, and I do feel sorry too for our parents as well, because they don't know who they're like. It is your friend's son or your friend's daughter, but you
Hmm.
like to just from salams and having a conversation, you don't know who you marrying. Like, and I'm
Right.
saying that to say, like, even some of my close friends, the best friends ever, she might not be a good wife. You know what I mean?
Right.
If my husband wants to say, "Oh, I know a good brother for such and such," she ain't ready. You know what I mean? And she over there, "So what
Yeah.
happened with such and such friend?" I don't think
Yeah.
you know what I mean? He a
Yeah.
good brother. I know you got some stuff going on with you, so I'm not even about to hook that up. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
think being in a marriage is different than being a friend. It's different than being your
Hmm.
sibling. It's different than being your child. You know what I mean? It's a totally
Yeah.
different thing. We don't know what we're getting into. So I think it's almost like a gamble, but they need to be prepared for all the ups and the downs. It is not all cute at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
It's
I was
not.
gonna say I was the one that got pregnant right away. I was like pregnant
Me
like two
too.
weeks in.
Me too.
Like two.
Me too. And I almost and I was sick. Like I almost
I was
died,
about to
literally.
say
Yeah, I was
I
sick
got
as heck.
sick. I was
Yeah,
sick.
I was sick. I was sick.
So like you said, that whole idea of being pregnant and now it's like already a challenge being married, but then you're sick. You can't clean, you can't cook.
Exactly. You
And then if
can't
the
cook.
guy's young, he's not mature enough to even though older ones don't be mature enough, but
Exactly.
they don't
But
understand.
they
It's
don't
kind of like they
understand that.
lose a wife
Yeah,
right away.
exactly. So it's like I done got married. Now I got bills, and she over there just laying in bed all day. When really
Hmm.
it's like bro, I'm sick. Like I can't get up. Like I'm
Yeah.
carrying your child. Like I don't know if you
Yeah.
understand how real, but we're all so young. We don't know how serious any of this is. I think about
Right.
stuff I did at my teens and 20s, and I'm like, what was wrong with me? Like I would never
Yeah.
now. So we don't. I don't know. It's really it's tough, you know what I mean? But it's not all cute. That's all people that's what I would my advice is it's not gonna be all
Yeah.
cute. And are you mentally prepared for this is the start of your real adult life.
Yeah.
This is gonna,
Do you think conversations about things is enough? Or you know how they had the little dolls at school?
no, I don't think it's enough.
You know them dolls where you gotta
No, I know
pretend
what you're
like you
talking
have a
about. So you got to
baby?
take care. It's not preparing you for. I mean, you get an idea. You get an idea. It's a good idea, but it's not
Right.
preparing you. Like I don't think anything is going to prepare you, especially for issues. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my first marriage, I didn't. I was young, and that was my first experience of verbal abuse. You know what I mean? I didn't come from a verbally
Mm.
abusive. You know what I mean? I wasn't
Yeah.
prepared for that, and
Yeah.
I thought I came out because I got out of it early. I thought I came out of it good. I didn't know until
Mm.
I got married,
Yeah.
remarried, that was a problem. My mouth was out of pocket. I didn't know that though. And I
Yeah.
realized like, oh my God, I'm out of pocket because I was verbally abusing that when I didn't heal. And he's saying some regular stuff to
Oh,
me
you mean after
after. Yeah. So
when you have
yeah, after
another?
when I joined
Yeah.
up, like,
Okay.
so I don't think that we're prepared. I wasn't ready as a teenager to go through some of the emotional abuse that I went through. I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Yeah.
ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It and it kind of molded me. Now I've healed, but it
Hmm.
molded me on, and I don't think people are ready for that. You know what I mean? I don't think our
Yeah.
parents are ready for that because I think they're kind of, oh, we're all Muslim, you know?
Yeah. And it's that idealism, like just thinking that they're saving their children.
Yeah,
And I think there's some people who actually, Allah knows best, but it's like, to me, it appears as though sometimes people kind of don't even care how it turns out, as long as it's off their back. Kind of
yeah,
like,
right,
I did my
right,
part out of my house. I don't
exactly,
have to work. Like,
exactly. Oh, this exactly
yeah,
like
I married my
you
daughter a virgin or my son's a virgin. And it's just kind of like,
exactly, because I've heard people, not my parents per se, but I heard people say, "Oh, my son, he's starting to go out there and hang out and getting in trouble.
mm,
He just need him a good Muslim wife." And I'm like, "Why would you do that to her? No,
yeah,
no, you don't." Or such and such daughter, she be sneaking out at night and doing it. And you get the nicest boy who's trying to be, who's
yeah,
talking about how he's ready to have. Why would you Don't
Yeah.
do that to him. Like, try something else. Don't mess up that innocent boy or that innocent
Yeah.
no. And I think that's what they're trying to save us, but that's not marriage is not saving. Okay, that's not what
Yeah.
we're trying to do here.
Yeah, that I actually want to know if that's like, I know that of course there's an Islamic precedent for getting married to save yourself so that you're not out there being
Right.
promiscuous and all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to a fear that hasn't even presented itself yet, like you said, I wasn't
Mhm.
fast, I wasn't, and I wasn't either. I wasn't
Yeah.
like hot, and like I just
Right.
wasn't
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
all over the place.
Yeah.
But it was my choice to get married. I did the whole I love him thing, and it turned out real interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was just wondering if, because we kind of almost sound like we're leaning towards people shouldn't get married as teens.
I know. I know. I feel, and I don't want to say that because I do know some successful ones. You get what I'm saying? They still had their
Yeah,
ups and downs, but they had they made it through. I guess it
pretty
might
decent.
be
Yeah.
decent, but maybe are we saying it?
Listen, I saw a reel and the guy was giving advice and saying that some of the like when you're older and you get married, you have all that baggage. You have all the people that you might have been in a relationship with before, so you have baggage from them. You also might have like lingering feelings for people, all this kind of stuff. And
Hmm.
he was saying that he feels like it's better to, and he's like a psychologist, so like a doctor of psychology or something like
Yeah.
that. He was saying that he feels like it's better for people to get married young because they have that growing together attachment type thing that is like their friendship starts when they're young, like if it's high school, maybe young college,
Hmm.
and that basically he feels like that's a better shot at a longer marriage.
I can see that, but I'm still. I think maybe I'm leaning towards don't get married as a teenager because I mean, I met my husband now when we was 22, and our friendship was like this. But that is
Yeah,
still young. That's
that
young
is
as
young. I
heck.
think it's
That's
young.
young.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I
we
think that's young.
did grow. Like when I think back, like now when we like laugh about like, oh my gosh, stuff that we did in our 20s that we would never do in our 30s that we do now in
Yeah,
our like it's so different. Like the way we move, the way he moves, things he used to do, things I used to do. Like it's totally different. Our
yeah,
communication is totally different. We grew.
mm-hmm.
Like I had to learn how to watch my mouth with him. He wasn't
Yeah,
a I was a pop off, you know what I mean?
yeah,
He wasn't like that. He was used to discussing stuff and
mm-hmm.
calmly. I thought he was being smart doing that. I'm like, was he talking to me? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Do you know how funny that is? That is really what I experienced as the person who was quiet. I was like, "You want me to pop off?" Like,
right? Like, so I didn't know. Like, I'm like, oh wait, so I don't have to be aggressive like this when I'm
yeah,
talking. You know what I'm saying? I could chill and he gets what I'm saying. I don't have to
yeah,
yell to make a point. I don't have to like. I didn't get that. I had to learn that on my own. So it is good. Like I said, but I was
yeah.
young. I was still 22. You know what I mean? But
So that's what I was going. I was going to ask you the pros and cons. Like, what do you feel the pros and cons are of teen marriage or even arranged by the parent type
I think
marriages?
the pros are you do have that companionship because whether we're Muslim or not, we see the kids with boyfriend and girlfriends, and they get to go to the movies, and they get to go
Yeah.
on, dates. We do get that. You have
Hmm.
a companion. You get have somebody that you can have fun with. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
do have that. You do have that male friendship. So the halal one because we all
Yeah.
but so we do you do have that connection with someone. So that is good. I do think that's
Hmm.
good. I do think if both of y'all are mentally both there, that
Yeah.
it can grow and it could be amazing. I do.
Hmm.
The cons of it is that marriage is going to show you what that person is. Their
Hmm.
issues that their parents didn't see, that their siblings didn't see, is going to come out in that marriage. So
Yeah.
no matter how much y'all liked each other, if that person, one of y'all have issues, it is going to reveal itself within that marriage.
Yeah.
Even if it's something they could grow out of, it might be something that might be lifelong that you can't do nothing about. It is going to
Mm.
show. And that's the thing. That's the cons. People always say, "Well, I'm not marrying him. I'm marrying a family." I mean, I'm not marrying a family. I'm marrying him, or I'm
Yeah.
marrying her. Sometimes you're marrying a whole bunch of issues, and they might even be worse than the actual. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was
And I
like you
think it's
don't
actually
know.
very unhealthy to have that mentality that you're only marrying the person.
I think
Because
it
it's
is
like, do you
too.
plan on being in isolation? Like, what do
Yeah,
you?
and but I hear that all the time, and I'm like, how do you even? You get what I'm saying? Like, what are you?
Yeah. It's
You
starting
kind of
off
are.
wrong.
Yeah,
I feel like anyway, it's
yeah.
starting off wrong
I
when you
never
do
got
that.
that part. Yeah, because I feel like
Yeah.
you are. So yeah. So I think, I mean, it could work. It can work. It takes maturity on both ends, and
Yeah.
I also think that, I know we have like sit downs and, but it's kind of fake. Your grandma there, your mom there, and you, you get what I'm saying? Like, I think
No,
that that's
it is.
it
It is
is. You know what I
fake.
mean? You're still not seeing that real person. Who gonna
Yeah.
curse? Who gonna curse at you when your grandma right there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And you're
So
not gonna
I'm
say I
not.
have a temper.
Right.
Like in the sit down.
Who's gonna know? You know what I mean? Who's gonna know that?
Right.
I do think that there should be some type of healthy halal way to court, and y'all go and you can see this person, how they react when you're at a store and something
Right.
didn't go their
Yeah.
way. Or you at the movies and they messed up your order, and you can see how this person, you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
Because
true.
that's going to be like, oh, okay, he
Hmm.
threw the popcorn in the girl face. I'm glad I
Yeah.
saw that. You know what I mean? So now
You
they
know what I'm thinking? It would be so cool if people gifted new couples instead of like money or just, random stuff, robes and whatever stuff people
right.
China. If people gifted counseling,
Yeah, I swear. I think that is the most help. I think that is the best thing ever. Like, I
I
swear.
need to suggest that to the marriage
Seriously.
board. I
Seriously.
just
It's
thought of it. I'm like,
suggested. And I will
because a
I
lot
will
of people can't
donate.
afford it,
They
but that
can't.
but
I will
but people are
donate.
gifting, so why not gift counseling,
Gift.
especially for
Yeah.
young couples? Because sometimes the
Exactly.
parents don't have the tools either. A
No,
lot of the
and that's
parents don't
another
have
thing.
them.
Sometimes the parents
Yes.
don't. And if they didn't experience what we experienced, what they going to, what they going to tell us? You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't think that our parents was like ready for our issues. You know what I mean? They're a
Yeah.
different generation. Like I said, we
Yeah.
can relate to our children more. And I always see it, like my friends, like my daughter didn't get married, but like my friends, how they talk to their kids and about men. And I'm like,
Mm.
oh, that's so, man, it's so decent to me because we've experienced what they experienced. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
we know y'all was talking. You know what I mean? We know y'all was
Yeah.
talking. We know y'all didn't just see each other at Blukala wedding. We know y'all been
Hmm.
talking, and now you bringing it. Like, it's. I just think that we're a little different. You know what I mean? It's.
Yeah, we are different.
Yeah, we are.
We are
We're different.
different.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So,
had you were saying something I just lost. I had a thought and I just lost the thought. How did you start with that point?
oh girl, what I
Because it
say?
triggered something that I was about to say.
I don't know. We was talking
Uh,
about counseling, and I said I would definitely donate to that. And then what did I say?
you said something about the parents.
Oh, I said they didn't experience what we experienced. Did I say that? Is that what I said? I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's what it was.
Yeah,
And it didn't do anything because
yeah.
I'm old. My memory
Yeah, I
is
know, but yeah,
bad.
but they didn't experience what we experienced. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah,
don't
they didn't
think that
experience.
they were ready for our problems. That's what I think I said. I don't
Oh,
think
that's what I
they
was
were
gonna
ready.
say.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you. I was gonna say that I remember having different conversations with more my mother than my father, um, where she would give advice. Well, my father too. Now that I think about it, in the first marriage,
Mm-hmm.
they would give advice based on their experience, and the advice to me a lot of times. Sorry, Umi Nabu, if y'all see this, it actually was harmful because I was dealing with someone who grew up completely differently, and the methods that they were telling me to use did not work on this person. Actually, was more triggering to the person. Like, how to deal with anger, how to deal
Yeah.
when the person's angry, or just certain types of things that it's like they had this whole almost, like um just old school, like in the
Right. That's
50s
what
and the
I'm.
60s methods, and it's like these
Right.
people ain't built the same.
It's a whole.
They
That was a
not built
whole
the
nother. Our
same.
generation of that was a whole
Yeah,
different of
a
Muslim
whole
men.
different breed.
A whole different breed. A whole
Yeah,
different breed. You know what I mean? Like, it was different. It was
yeah,
different. So that's why
yeah,
I don't think they was prepared. I think them, reverting to Islam, like it was different for them. They came and, oh yeah, they already had their spouses by the time,
yeah.
so y'all done did all y'all. So like I remember, like,
Hmm.
it was stuff sometime my mom be like, such and such drinks. And I'm like, yeah. Like, I just don't
But they're
understand. But
Muslim.
they're Muslim. And I'm like, Omi, they're human. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, I don't understand.
yeah.
What are y'all
I
missing
be
here?
reminding people though.
Yeah.
I know you do too.
Yeah.
Like you remember when you was telling me that you had drunk that time
Exactly.
when
Remember
you
when you
wasn't
used to
Muslim?
smoke? Remember when you used to, like, they be really, such, I heard that such and such got high. And I'm like, Didn't you used to get high? Like,
Right,
but I
right.
wasn't Muslim. You were still at that age. You know what I'm saying? We're still human.
Yeah, we're
We're
still human.
human. We have regular feelings. We have all these things that y'all went through. We just have to, we're
Hmm.
Muslim. We just have a law in our life early. Y'all didn't have that, which might be harder for us, honestly, because we're like
Yeah.
restricted. So, but I'm
You
like,
know, I would actually say that's probably a con as well. That when you're a teen and Muslim and you get married too early, then there's certain growing pains or things that you're going to want to experience or experiment with or whatever. Possibly, I guess
mhm.
everybody doesn't, but and you do that in marriage, and it's kind
Yeah,
of hard. It's kind of difficult
it is. It
because that
is.
happened in both of my marriages, and it's like for the woman, we're usually more protected than the guys.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're kind of like, I mean, I'm being a good wife. How do I deserve this?
Right.
So I
Right.
feel like that's an aspect too, that whole experimentational phase or wilding out phase. And it's like you do that in marriage when you get married very young.
Yeah, and I also, I mean, not to go off topic because I don't want to go here because it's a whole
No,
nother
fine. It's
topic.
fine.
But no, like with the boys in their defense, we were making chapati from scratch. We were making curry. We were learning how to clean the chicken. We
Right.
were holding our siblings and checking the rice. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like
Yeah.
they were slaving us and making us do it. We enjoyed it weirdly. You
Yeah,
know what I
we
mean? We were
did.
doing it. We were
Hmm.
naturals. But the boys was just sitting there. Like y'all just told them
Yeah.
to just, what like they wasn't learning to provide. You have to provide and maintain. They wasn't learning how to treat a wife. They wasn't learning that your
Right.
wife comes. They wasn't learning all this because a lot of them, like I have brothers, I have cousins, I have all. When you speak to them, they don't. They're like, what? When we were younger, they didn't know a lot of the
Yeah.
stuff that they were supposed to be doing. So I think we
Yeah.
kind of threw them out there, sadly, and we knew how to be a wife. You know what I'm saying? We knew what we
Yeah.
were doing, but they
Hmm.
didn't. In their defense, and they're like, we like what? They like provide and maintain. Well, what? I work at
Right.
Burger King. Like, how am I providing? You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Talk kind. How?
how?
Yeah.
I told her she looked cute. Like, what else am I
Right.
like? They
Exactly.
didn't know either. Like, it just was like, boop, boop, there you go.
Yeah, that's a
There you
very
go.
good point. They
Yeah.
kind of was just married and we were
Yeah,
prepared for
we were
marriage.
prepared. We were more prepared. I feel like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean. I feel like we were
absolutely.
definitely more prepared. So,
Absolutely. Is religion enough for compatibility when looking for a spouse or in marriage?
um, I think it's enough. But here we are, the modern days.
Yeah.
We don't. Okay, like we're Muslim, so of course I'm gonna speak from a. We're Muslim, so a lot of us aren't practicing Islam based off of Allah's criteria.
Right.
We're basing it off of our criteria and then wondering why stuff is failing. You get what I'm saying? Like the
Hmm.
husband is, oh, I feel like we should be able to go 50-50. You know what I mean? She can
Ooh, I
work
forgot
just
about
as hard.
that part.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Yeah.
then you're wondering why your wife isn't respecting you as much, or why you're not
Hmm.
leading, or why she makes decisions without you. Bro, she's going 50-50. Because I'm telling you now, if I'm going 50-50 with you, buddy, you're not walking around telling me and everything, to do and what I can and can't.
Right.
We're not doing that. You think, where's dinner? Did you cook? I don't know. Because I cooked yesterday.
Right.
It's your time.
50-50 just means the
50
money.
50.
50
Right.
50. They just mean the money.
Exactly. No, sir. When you say 50-50 to me, we're doing everything.
Yeah.
When the last time
Yeah.
he had a bath? I mean, like Monday. It's Wednesday. Shouldn't you be giving him one now? Like, I'm not. What you mean? You know what I'm saying? So we're not following. I think it can work if we follow what Allah tell us
So
what
that's
to
something.
do.
Yeah.
We're not doing that. Allah says hijab is obligatory. I feel like it's what's in my heart, and I don't have to wear hijab. So
Right.
that's a protection. I know it's a protection. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
have that. Like, it's just we're a mess. We are
Yeah.
a mess. We
Yeah.
follow. Oh, I feel like I could wear leggings, and it's not. I can intermingle with men because I'm not attracted to any of. That's not what we're supposed to be doing. And it's not no shade
Yeah.
because I'm not perfect by any means. I'm just saying
Yeah.
we do play around with it, and then when to fall back, it's hard being married and Muslim. You ain't even practicing the way you're supposed to practice. Don't do
You got to
that.
start by practicing Islam, and then
Yes, you identify as a Muslim, but are we really? You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like I
listen.
need to pray 5 times a day and you be like, what? Like, huh?
Yeah, I would say it's not enough. I'm just gonna go out there and say
Yes,
it's
you
not
think it's
enough.
not an okay?
I don't think it's enough because when you think about like just things like people who are Muslim but of different cultures,
Ooh, that's a good point.
People who are Muslim,
That's a
but
good
are
point.
they have a huge age gap. People who are Muslim who, like we were just talking about, come from dysfunction or
That's true.
not
That's true.
dysfunction.
That is true.
People, like, there's so many variables. And I can't front like I didn't get some of these points from when I looked it up. Because some of the stuff, I was
Right.
like,
No, right.
oh, shoot.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I'm thinking about strictly, but that is a good point. That is a
And
good
I
point.
think the reason why I wanted to talk about this topic. Well, for one, these topics were given to me on Facebook. Like
Okay.
people asked,
Mm-hmm.
talk about this, talk about that. Um, so I didn't come up with this, but I did want to talk about it today with you specifically because of the fact that you have very unique views on certain things that a lot
Mm-hmm.
of women, I'll say, be
Right.
like,
Right. I know.
like, eh.
Right.
And I know they're genuine. Like
Mm-hmm.
in certain circumstances, you know who that lady is. I'm not going to say, I don't even know her name, but the one who does those trolling videos, the reels. So my husband can have 7 wives, and
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
like that's like, oh,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So people, when you have perspectives that go outside of the box, and people just like you're a pick me,
Right.
or something like that. But
Yeah.
I just love that you have unique views. But anyway, but back to the topic. Um, I just like for me, there are so many different things that people are unrealistic about when it
That's
comes to compatibility.
yes.
Um, and I feel like when I look at, I've been in a lot of marriage groups. I usually leave them because they be drawing,
Mm-hmm.
but people oftentimes talk about why we got to talk about this, why we got to talk about that, why you got to know how much money I have, why you got to know,
Right.
and it's like I'm Muslim, isn't that enough? So that's why
No.
I'm
Okay.
like,
Yeah. And
no.
that. Yeah. No. No. And that's where I mean, like, okay, compatibility. If you know your and this this bothers me. This triggers me. If you're a brother, you're looking for a sister, right? You into the wearing all black, burgundy. She might could spice it up and wear burgundy sometime, but black, navy blue, chocolate brown, hunter green. You might could throw in some khaki sometimes. And you see me with neon green on, and
Spice
I'm
it up. You said spice it up.
yeah, I'm
Okay,
because I'm saying because that's what they be saying. You can wear some,
I'm sorry.
light
I
green
don't
sometimes.
want
Don't start.
Okay,
Look,
go ahead.
don't get on topic. So look,
Okay.
so I'm saying, you know, that's what you want. You know what I'm saying? That's your preference. And then
Yeah.
you see this spicy sister, and it doesn't mean that she's out of pocket, but she could be covered in a abaya, but her abaya might be mint green. It might
Yeah.
be hot pink. Then you go as that brother and seek her out. Like, I don't know what's
Hmm.
wrong with these people. You seek her out. And then you like her, and then you might be compatible. But then you start nagging her about the colors that she
Hmm.
wearing. You know
You
what I'm saying?
start
And then,
gifting her black
right, you
abayas.
start gifting her these hideous black abayas that she don't want. And then,
Yeah.
oh, you're ungrateful. I
Yeah.
don't wear this. Like, when do you ever see? Well, there's nothing wrong with me trying to make you more modest. And here we go clashing. When you could
Yeah.
have found the sister or she wears her lip gloss is always popping. That's her vice that she got to deal with Allah. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It doesn't make her a terrible Muslim, but that's her
Hmm.
vice. And you say, "Oh, I don't want you wearing, lip gloss." You know how many sisters I see post? Carmex. I only wear Carmex. Go get them.
Yeah.
Leave them
No, you're
alone.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Or
Leave
nothing at
them alone. So
all. Some people don't wear
it's
nothing.
kind of yeah, it's weird to me. Like so sometimes
Yeah.
it's because y'all going out of your box. If you don't want you want a good Muslim brother, but then you go get the drug dealer Muslim. That's his
Yeah.
struggle. I'm not that he might stop
Hmm.
selling drugs one day and be the best Muslim ever. But you go get he's always out. He's always
Yeah.
running
What
the
did you
streets.
expect?
What did you
Yeah.
expect, man?
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
had all the good brothers that was coming home every day that you denied because they weren't fun enough and you what you said they're boring. I don't so it's
Yeah.
like people be playing games.
Yeah.
Then
And I was
it
gonna say
also
that
said it
the I'm Muslim, but I smoke weed on the side, or I'm Muslim, but I got to be out with the boys, or I'm
exactly
Muslim, and every 2 weeks I'm taking a girls trip. It's like, so you
right
leave your husband every month? Oh yeah, I
every
got to do
month.
me. I got to get
Yeah,
my
I got
my
this.
self
What I've
love
been
in.
doing. Right, this is what I've been doing. Like man,
Yeah,
like what are y'all? And that's where
and,
I think
and
that
and the compatibility
that's
thing, like
exactly
it goes back to growing up different too, because sometimes that, like, a person could be totally innocently literally needing to go on trips, But depending on who they are with, the trips could seem like they're having an affair. Like you just go
Exactly.
on these trips to, you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
To
Like,
do
so,
what? What are you doing? You know, you got
yeah.
one of your friends is wild and don't practice. Your husband know that. The other one is a little thought pocket. Yeah, we have them in Islam. And then here you are married, and you what are you doing on it? Because I'm telling you now, if my husband was trying to go on some trip with his single friend
Hmm.
who's a womanizer, and then the other one always doing, I'll be like, what are you doing on this
What are you
trip,
doing?
sir?
Yep.
What are you
Yep.
doing? So that goes back to the compatibility and going out of your league, like which Allah says. Here we go back to Islam. If you really
Hmm.
marry like people,
Yeah.
marry like people. Stop going because I've seen people with age gaps that be clicking because she
Yeah.
might be a homebody and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. And
Like
he's
I'm cool
done.
and I'm chilling. He's like, I ain't trying to do that. You can find that in people. You can
Yeah.
find be an older
Yeah.
woman and find a younger guy who he I hear young guys say all the time, man, I my girl come home, cook, you know what I mean? Blah blah blah. That's why I don't talk to girls my age because they be trying to wild out and I'm looking for, you know what I mean? And it could
Oh,
work.
yeah. They're looking for stability.
Yeah, they're looking for stability, and then you have, but it's just people be going out of their way, and they have this delusion that they're going to change, and people are going to be, you know what I mean,
Yeah. I
just
mean, you could be
change for you.
You could practice. You could make Juma. You can fast the Ramadan. You could do all these things and
All of
still
it,
not be compatible.
right, right. So I don't know, I don't know. It's hard out here. That's all I do know.
Yeah. I mean, it really is.
Yeah,
And there's so many, that like, I don't know what they call. I don't want to call them dating
I
apps.
but
I don't know what
are they
the
like?
Muslim ones are called.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do they call them?
I don't
But
know.
there's so many of them, and I feel like even those are like the way people say that someone sends a representative. It's not actually them. It's their
It's not actually
representative.
them. It's the yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you
it's
could say
super
anything.
scary.
Yeah, and you could say anything you want. I know people in real life on social media who car broke down and they post they got two cars. They
I'm
live.
done.
You got to like so I'm saying I'm not believing nobody on no app. You know what I mean?
Oh my God! You
And
said
I see them and I
that.
be looking like I be like, oh my God, is this the like I just they just told me that their car broke down and they can somebody come and get the baby from the house. Like but the spouse said that they got to like it's such a fake we live in such a fake generation right now, like it's just everything is fake. I would be
Yeah,
scared like to kind of like seek people out because I think you should talk as much as you can, as
yeah,
halal as you
yeah.
can,
We
get
agree
to
on
know.
that one.
Because you gonna see it then you
Yeah,
can't
I
hide
was
but
gonna
for
say
so
too.
long.
Like, if there's like maybe three things you could like tips for finding compatibility or like weeding people out, or I don't know,
um
just you know,
just really pay attention to the red flags. I think people ignore the red flags and they know they do. They need to stop playing. Stop ignoring those red flags. You know what they are. You see them. You feel them if you don't see them. And you're usually right. Unless you're
yeah.
just like a hot mess, you're usually right about the feelings that you are feeling about another person. So I
Mm.
definitely do to wean them out, follow those red flags. Another sign as far as being Muslim, if you're on the phone with somebody for 5 hours, and that whether it's the male or the female, we know, especially this time of year, three salats then came in, and they ain't not one time say that they needed to hang up. That's a no. If you're serious about your Islam,
That's a good
you got to.
one.
I've seen that before too. My
Yeah,
Maghrib came in, you ain't even you still talking, and I'm like,
yeah.
hey, I'm about to go, you know, because you're trying to hint, because you're trying to figure out, or you the conversation ain't that good, bro. I mean, come on, let's. What are we really
Oh
doing here?
my God,
You know what I
that's
mean?
crazy.
Yeah, like that happens all the time, and people be telling me, and they be like, "Oh, and she don't even pray," and I'm like, "You ain't know that before." Well, I thought maybe you knew. You
Oh
had this.
my
You
God.
knew. You
Yeah, the
knew.
conversation was good. I mean, if we both talking to the slide.
Yeah, we got to get it together.
Yeah.
So that's something I would look for, and how they deal with people, no matter who they are, to a homeless
Mm,
person on the street, to a barista at a coffee shop, to
mm-hmm.
anybody picking up food, a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to how they communicate, because some
Yeah.
people, like, you'll see little things within how they deal with people, kids, you
Yeah.
know what I mean, all of that, women.
Even like rich people too. Because
Yeah,
I feel like sometimes you could tell bad character traits when people like kind of have more regard for wealthy people
exactly.
than they
Yeah,
have, you
that's a
know.
good, that's a sign. So but if you're like that as well, y'all might Y'all
Y'all
might
might
get
be.
done. Y'all might click and get it done. But if that's something you don't like, that's something that you need to be like, yeah, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
cool. I'm not
Yeah.
doing that. You know what I mean? Like,
It.
good. 6:46. See, we
Hey.
did
Okay.
good.
So the second half, we was a little bit more
Yeah, we was a little
mature
bit more.
about.
We was going in, hitting
Okay.
some
Do you feel like
spots.
it? We covered
I
everything
think we
good?
did.
Like you?
I feel like we did. I feel like we did
Okay.
cover everything. We talked. Yeah, we talked about everything. We're good. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's gonna be it. I was gonna ask you if you
Okay.
have any last points or thoughts or anything like that.
Um, I don't just I really feel like be smart people when it comes to marrying. Be smart. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
understand that love and but love is not enough to make a marriage work. It really is not. You gotta
Yeah.
have the whole
Neither
like
is
I have to
money.
be yeah, neither is money. You know what I mean? And I love money. I love me some money. But
Yeah.
no, neither
Yeah.
is money. You gotta have a lot more than just some love and some money. It has to be
Yeah.
like communication, like mentally stable, like emotionally stable. Y'all
Hmm.
have to, and you could be opposites, but y'all got to be able to mesh well. You know what I'm saying? He got to be able
Yeah.
to calm you if you hype. He can't get hype and you get hype. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to be able to
Complimentary.
complimentary. There we go. Yeah,
Yeah.
it has to be something that fits into like you can't. It ain't gonna work. And
Yeah.
before you do, just them red flags. Y'all be seeing them. Y'all be ignoring them.
Hmm.
Them red flags.
Okay, well, thank you so much for doing this
You're
video with
welcome. This was
me.
fun.
Love
Love
you.
you too. I'll text you.
Okay, all right. So we're out of here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Assalamualaikum.